Salt Lake City Sports Complex. Sara here. It's Wednesday in August, end of August. Who knows? The days are all the same. Or they're different, but they're long or they're short. Happy to be here with whoever joins today. Today, you're going to grab a chair and a strap if you have either of those two things. And let's see if you can see as I've set it up over here. I have a chair, and if you put your chair so that it's up against a wall, that will help keep it a little bit more sturdy. So we've got sturdy seniors and sturdy chairs, as we're going to use them to modify. I also grabbed a small pillow, as you can see there. So that's what we'll use today. Okay. That much. It's so hard to know exactly where to put this. Okay, we'll go with right there, I think. That will work pretty well. Okay, so we're just going to start with our Muscle Works warm-up. So those of you that do come to Sturdy Seniors a lot, you've done this before. Sometimes I think that the Sturdy Seniors workout is harder than the Muscle Works workout because we slow down and think about everything that we're doing. But this move is just kind of like I have arms and you flop them around a little bit. And breathe. Really focus on that exhalation, making it nice and long. We're going to keep the hips straight forward and lift one arm up, and the other hand slides down the leg, stretch. And bring it back to the center, and we'll do the same thing again. Then one more time. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So one hand on the thigh, other hand up. This time, we're going to take the arm, and as we bring it across, we're going to do an internal hip rotation. Reach. Other side, internal hip rotation. Reach. That foot turns in. Pull the belly in, chest lifts. And find as much length as you can by pulling the belly in towards the midline. Making length through the back. Okay, next we'll take it to just across. Shoulders are down and relaxed right over the butt. Hands are stretching long. How much length can you get through those fingertips? I kind of think ballerina here. Breathing, thinking about doing everything, listening to the body, not worrying about how quick or how hard the workout is, but thinking I'm neurologically going to connect my mind to my muscles and these functional movements that we do. So kind of repatterning our neuromuscular function while we're doing these workouts, while you're doing Adam's workouts on Monday. So now we're just going to bend one knee and take opposite hand to the knee. Both hips square, both shoulders are trying to be square. You should be getting a good stretch through that inner thigh. Back to the center and switch. Trying to keep my belly long. We're thinking about both sides of my body, from my rib cage to my hips, being the same length, which means that as I bend my knee, my sit bones both move back towards the wall behind me. And again. Bring the hands to the knees. You can let the feet widen a little. I almost like to use my arms strong and straight and kind of brace them on my knees. You can inhale and suck your belly up and in. Not so much that your back rounds, just suck your belly in, but keep your back flat. And then as you exhale, drop one shoulder in. And come back to the center. Inhale, suck the belly in. Exhale. Twist. It's almost like you're trying to keep the belly sucked in and have that exhalation expand through the rib cage as you twist. So it's a little bit of a twist and a little bit of an expansion through the rib cage. We can also inhale here, suck the belly up and in. Exhale, feel yourself hinge at the hips. Keep supported on the knees or the ankles to make it a little bit easier, right? For the back to stay flat, keeping a long line from the tip of the head to the tailbone. Or if it feels good to you, to kind of find that natural ability of the back to articulate through each vertebrae of the spine and let the hands relax down. I like to roll up through each vertebrae of the spine, sucking the belly up towards the spine. And then when the hands come to the knees, find a flat back. So again, creating that length from the tip of the head to the back of the tailbone. And then from here, hinge. The hips move forward, the shoulders move back. Inhale, bring the arms above the head. As you do it, find width throughout the chest. And exhale, hands come to heart center. This time on the inhale, I want you to breathe all the way into your belly, almost like it inflates on the inhale. And then as you exhale, draw the belly button back towards the spine. And bring the hands to heart center. Again, inhale, feel that breath go all the way into the belly. And then as you exhale, pull the belly button back towards the spine. Bring the hands to heart center. Good. Bring the feet together. Finding balance on one leg. So I like to think about just taking my toe to the arch of the foot, right? So that you're really working on lifting up through your core instead of doing all these funky things to modify that stability. So we're just really lifting, and then you can let that leg pick up and just practice standing on one foot. Keeping your gaze at something down on the floor is usually the easiest, about 5 feet in front of you. Or you can look straight in front of you, or if you want to make it harder, you can work on looking up. Closing the eyes. Good. And take a break from that foot. I naturally fell out of it, so I guess it's break time for everyone. Okay, we're going to do the same thing on the other foot. Plant all 4 corners of the foot, one under the ball of the big toe, little toe, and 2 under the heel. And then I bring the toe to the arch of the foot so that the knee is kind of driving forward rather than back and doing all these weird things in my hips. And I'm going to think about sucking up through the belly button to lift that leg and work on finding that proprioception in the foot that's on the ground. So that neuromuscular connection of how I can correct to keep myself balanced even when on one foot. Again, you can play with the gaze. You can look at a downward angle called a drishti or focal point. If it's going to give you more balance, 3 feet, 5 feet in front of you. Straight forward, present, very present feeling. Looking up is a little precarious. And of course, closing your eyes really takes you inward. You might notice some interesting things on the balance there. You let yourself just kind of fall out of it naturally, knowing that catching ourselves is, again, one of those functions that we learn as we age that we want to keep in the toolbox. So we're going to come back to balancing on the left leg and take 1 foot forward, or the other foot forward, right foot forward, but no pressure on it, and just heels on the ground, lift the toe. Now, if you have your chair with you here, you can use it for this. I think gives you that sense of sturdiness as well. So I'm standing on 1 foot, got the other foot forward, and I'm going to bend the standing leg and stick both sit bones back. And I'm going to use my chair to think about keeping my body nice and symmetrical. So the hips are in line, the shoulders are aligned. I'm trying to find this length through the spine, and I'm trying to get this nice stretch through the hamstring and calf. So it's this whole line of energy from the back of my head all the way to the back of my heel, and come back up. Good. And same thing again, bend the standing leg, stick both hips back. Notice if there's a shift there, if one hip is going back farther than the other. Try to square them, sucking the belly up and in, shoulders back, thinking how long can I be from the tip of the head to the tailbone? And as you come all the way up, those hips push towards the chair and the shoulders push back. Okay. So we'll do that same thing on the other side. Yeah, you can definitely work this without a chair. A wall works too. Anything to help you give you that extra stability. Right. So balancing on the one foot, drop the heel, lift the toe, that muscle on the front of the shin that's required for walking. Then bend the standing leg and stick both hips out. Now on this one, when I do it, I can tell that my straight leg dips back further than my bent knee. So I'm going to think about really almost pushing that bent knee, left butt back, hip back. Squaring the shoulders, trying to stay long through both sides of the body and coming all the way up, feeling the shoulders jet back and the hips jet forward. One more time, same thing. Breathing and convincing the body that it's okay to be in this position. Retraining those pain sensors to say it's all right to feel a stretch in my hamstring. I have all of these different balance mechanisms to help me. Okay. Cool. All right. So moving into our, again, with your chair, you want to make sure that your chair is either really solid on the floor and you're not pushing at it, or you can put it up against a wall to give you that extra stability, right? We'll use the chair throughout the workout, but we're going to do an interval now. So go ahead and get a drink. We're going to do 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. Okay, so I'm going to show you our first 3 exercises. So, well, it's actually just 2 exercises. Oh. Let's do, yeah, we're going to do 3 exercises, and we're going to do 3 sets, I think. I don't know how many sets we're going to do. We might only do 2 sets. I'm not sure. But the first one is going to be a cross and a punch. So you're going to take an internal hip rotation. That hand is going to come down towards the opposite foot. Now, if I can't go all the way to the foot without keeping my back flat, my butt stuck back, my core engaged, then I'm just going to think about punching towards the ground. And then as I twist, I'm going to do a punch with my other arm and retract it back quickly. So you really want to pretend you're punching somebody. So it's a little twist, punch, twist, punch. You can see a lot of things going on with my feet. That's the first exercise. Second exercise is going to be squats. So nice wide stance, keeping the knees over the feet, not letting them sneak in. Squat. Now we have a chair, so if you want, you can use your chair here for stability. Feeling yourself reach your butt back down towards the chair and up. Okay, so that's exercise number 2. And then our third exercise, you can choose on the chair your length here. So the first way is you can put your hands on the flat part of the chair and kind of hinge forward. You bend the standing leg a little bit. I'm thinking about keeping that length through my spine, sucking the belly up and in, and I'm going to take one foot off, and I'm going to donkey kick at the floor. So it is important that I'm not kicking so high that I'm arching the back. Think more about the force, how quickly you can pull that foot back in. If you want to modify that and make your back so that you're protecting your back, you can go a little higher, right? So I'm going to go on the chair here. I'm coming here and kicking back. You guys can all be trying these while we're doing this. The full exercise, if you really want to go for it, is going to be down on the ground. You can put a pillow underneath your knees if that's wanted. Like having a small pillow around for my workout to put under my head or my knees. Bolster works, extra cushion, right? So I'm coming forearms down to the ground. And then with one leg, I'm kicking my foot up towards the ceiling or out at about a 45-degree angle. At first thinking about my shin being parallel with the ceiling, okay? So those are our 3 exercises, and there's a few different modifications on the donkey kick for you. I'm going to go about middle of the road for myself on all of these first ones. So we're doing 20 seconds on, going right from one to the next. 10 seconds off. 20 seconds, twist, punch, and go. Internal hip rotation. Little punch, punch. Now, you can actually really pretend you're punching someone. You don't have to tell me who it is. But punch strong and quick. Think about the pull back to that center. And that's 20 seconds. Nice work. Get ready to do that same thing on the other side. And go. 20 seconds. So it's twist, bringing it down, opposite arm punches. A little kickboxing here. That's 20. Next, we're getting ready for our squats. Get ready for it. Here we go. 20 seconds. Go. Nice wide stance. Find that chair with the sit bone and back up. Now, if you're like, oh my God, squats hurt, I want to avoid them. You don't. You want to modify, make it easier, right? Make the chair higher and keep working to get this nice movement down in your neurological system. That's time. Good job. Okay, last one is our donkey kicks. 20 seconds on one, 20 seconds on the other. Get ready and go. All about the setup on this one, protecting the back, making sure it doesn't feel arched or strained before you start. Job. Get ready for it. Switch sides and go. Again, having some downward pressure equal with both hands into the chair. Having something behind the chair helps to not push the chair over. Pulling the belly up and away from the floor. Trying to keep my back neutral. And really pull that knee in strong on the way in. Good job. Okay, so those are the exercises. 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off. Here we go, second set. Grab a drink, that's what I'm doing. Get ready, go. 20 seconds. Internal hip and punch. All right, maybe in a perfect world, I'd be going all the way down to that foot, but I'm more interested in how my knees feel in these little bit of torch position and not letting them really go past where my core can stabilize and make that mobility feel good in my body. Okay, 20 seconds, other side, go. You can also really think about pulling back the fist quick. Pull it back quick. Okay, really show off the back of that arm muscle, like a pose. Yeah. Yeah. Good job. Okay. Nice work. Squats are next. 20 seconds. And go. Don't let the knees go past the toes. Keeping the knees right in line with the toes. Feeling the glutes, feeling the core. Trying to keep that long line through the spine. And break. Okay, let's do them again. Third set, 20 seconds. Go. Cross punch. Cross, punch. Cross, punch. Nice work. 20 seconds other side. Get ready for it and go. Some coordination, some kickboxing. Pretend you're punching someone, it helps. It makes you punch harder. And you don't have to tell anyone who you're punching. Nice job. Squats are next. 20 seconds. Go. Break. Nice. Donkey kicks is next. Here we go. 20 seconds. Get my butt right over my standing heel. Kicking down. Small dog. Even though that's awful. Don't ever kick small dogs, but that's kind of the angle you're going for. 20 seconds on the other side. Get ready for it. Go. Thinking, can I keep my butt over my heel? If you can't keep your butt over your heel, then increase the height of your bench or use the back of the chair so that your butt can easily be over your heel. Weight throughout the whole foot. Okay, that's the modification. Stop. I get it, I get it. Okay, good job. Take a drink, take a break, take a second. Okay. Our next exercises are going to be 3 of them. Yeah, we're going to do 4 different exercises. Okay. So the first one that we're going to do, we're going to bring a pillow into the situation. We're going to use a pillow. You can put that down on your mat or down on the floor in front of the chair. Again, as you get used to this, for extra stability, if you have the chair against a wall, that makes it a little bit more sturdy. You also can enjoy like a cushion for some of these exercises and then no cushion for some of them. Makes a difference, right, on the chair. So this first one, we're just going to hold a forearm plank on the chair. So we're going to take our forearms to the chair, and then we're going to move our butt forward, not by moving my shoulders forward, but thinking about moving my hips forward and scooping my pubic bone towards the chair, towards the bottom of the chair, and then I want the shoulders right over the chair. So you might have to adjust where the knees are, right, to feel this. And I want you to feel the work happening in your belly, pulling your belly away from the chair. So we can hold here for 20 seconds. If you want to make it harder, you can take one foot out, then the other foot out, and hold here in a full plank for 20 seconds, okay? So those are the choices. Then this next one, we're going to come from the forearms up to the hands. Down to the forearms, up to the hands. Down to the forearms, up to the hands. Okay? So that's that one. And if you wanted to make that one, well, we'll make it harder the second time around. Then we're going to use our chair. We're going to sit in the chair. So you're going to take your chair maybe away from the wall a little bit, but maybe it's back there so that you don't feel like you're going to fall over. These two are both going to be sitting. I'm going to move my chair so you can see me directly in the screen. And you're going to sit on the edge of your chair. Sitting on the edge of your chair, you're going to let yourself kind of lean back to the chair, and you're going to bring the legs forward and at a Y. Right? Now, the easiest way to do this is you're kind of leaning back in your chair. Maybe even your back hits the chair, but the low back is not hitting the chair. You're supporting by pushing your hands down into the chair. You're bringing one knee in and back out. Okay? If you want to make it harder, using obviously less support of the back of the chair, the legs come out, less weight on the heels, even no weight on the heels, lifting it up and in. Okay, so it's hard. So thinking heels down, little lift. Okay, the next one is we're going to pick up both feet and we're just barely going to bring them in and out. So it's like a little crunch. I'm holding the front of the chair. When I'm out, my back is towards the back of the chair and my feet are forward. Okay, so those are our exercises. We're going to do each of them for 20 seconds. Try 3 sets. Okay, let's start here. Let's start in the chair with the one that we just did. So we're going to do 20 seconds in and out, kind of like a little V up, little crunch. 20 seconds, lean back, feet come forward and together, go. So you're starting here, and you're just trying to bring the knees towards the chest and back out. I kind of like my hands under my hamstrings or butt a little bit. And that's time. Okay, the next one, the feet come out wide, lean back, balance on the hands, right? One foot comes in and back out. Alternate. 20 seconds. Go. Mindful of what the hip says is okay. Don't want it to go into the low back. If it is, sit up more, do less lift. You can sit up more to change the low back, or you can lean back more, but make sure it's not going into the low back. Good. And break. Okay, next we're coming to our forearm plank. So again, if you want to make sure it's stable, awesome. If you've got a nice heavy chair, you know you can put your weight down into the chair. You don't need to. You can also have a pillow under your knees here. 20 seconds, hold the plank. You can also be up on both feet here. But really, shoulders are not going past elbows. It's like I'm pulling my sternum away from the chair, but keeping my weight straight down. Good. And breathe. Okay. 20 seconds. We're going from hands to forearms. Go. Time. Good job. Back to seated. Okay, I'll try it a little bit more angle like this so you can see. Okay. We're going 20 seconds. Little V-ups in and out. 20 seconds. Go. Kind of like my hands right at the front of the chair. Lower angle with the legs makes it easier. Do a couple more. Good job. Take a break. It's kind of stupid hard. It doesn't look that hard, but it's hard. If you're thinking it's hard, you're correct. It is hard. Okay, next one is the feet are wide, and you're trying to be as neutral as you can, like the core is working a little, but feels like nothing's going into the low back. Bringing the knee towards the midline and then back out wide to a starfish. Good job. Okay, coming back to our forearm plank. This time I'm going to go for it with my feet instead of my knees. You can modify. You can also do a forearm plank on the floor if that's where you're at. You want to go full on. 20 seconds. I'll show you this variation. Don't let those shoulders start sinking towards the wrist. Think about pulling that sternum away from the chair, pushing the forearms straight down into the chair, finding that pelvic tilt and that hip lift. Good job. Great. I'm going to show you another variation of the forearm to hand planks. You can do the same one as before, which was holding the plank with your forearms on the chair. Two versions on the floor here that we can do. Keeping the butt right over the knees, tabletop position, forearms to hands. You want to make that even harder. The full one for today is going to be plank, forearms to hands. Okay, we've got 20 seconds. Again, if you need a pillow under your knees for any of these variations, you can do it. Demonstrate that, because why not? I'm going to do keeping my butt still right over my knees and trying to bring the forearms down and then back up to hands. 20 seconds, go. I think that this variation right here is really good for just, again, repatterning the body, being able to get up and down on the ground, play with kids, play with dogs, get back to our natural state of strength and mobility in the body. And take a break. Nice work. Okay, we've got one more set of each of these exercises. So coming to your chair. That worked pretty well like that. Find the edge of your chair, hands on the edge of your chair, butt on the edge of your chair, and you kind of let yourself come back, and the feet lift up a little. If the feet stay down, you might feel the back arch, right? So if that's the case, scoot your butt back and let your back be a little higher and your feet up. Try to do it from there. I think it's easier on the edge of the chair, but again, you don't want it to go into your low back. So you're already doing work. I'm working a hollow body here. Sucking the belly towards the chair, lifting the chest, holding. This is hard. Take a break if you're doing it with me. Okay, here we go. Again, and then how little you move depends on what the body says is okay. Good job. Taking a break. Last one, feet come out wide. Again, you can be really upright and just trying to lift that leg up. Then it's more in the hip flexors, starting to lean back, finding that pivot point. It's okay for the heels to touch the ground, unless it's making the back arch. Take a break. Nice work. I'm going to grab a drink. Good job. Okay. Couple more left. We're using the chair. We're going to work on side planks with our chair. Shoes and a mat. This one, it's better to not have a pad. And again, having the chair up against the wall is going to help make it feel a little bit more sturdy here. And we're just going to play with this concept of putting the hands down on the ground. Let's stretch in the wrist first. Kind of work the shoulders over the wrist and back. Trying to get into the wrist, working the hand nice and flat on the ground. Don't put tons of weight on the wrist. And come out and find a plank in this position. This is number one. Hold here. For number two, we're going to take both of the feet. We're going to come to the side of the feet. So the inside of one foot, outside of the other foot, and then back to the center, and then off to the other side. Just this little stretch dance move. And I want you to feel your side of your waist pulling away. keeping the neck long. Good job. And take a break. Next one, no chair involved, no pillow, standing up. We're just going to do a side lunge from one side to the other. So we're going to step to the side, just like the warm-up. That knee's going to bend, and you kind of reach for that foot. Don't have to go there. And then we're going to kind of almost shuffle and go to the other side. Good. And then the last one we're going to do is going to be a squat again, but a hover. So you're going to hover. You're going to sit down in your chair, feet forward, hinge forward a little bit. Find yourself able to come up into a squat, just hovering right over that seat, and you're going to pulse it right here. Got to keep the butt back, okay? Don't let the knees go past the toes forward. Think about using the core. All right, so those are our three. Those are the three exercises. What was the first one? Okay, twists. Plank with a twist. Do 20 seconds. Find your plank, feet about hip width distance apart. Shoulders maybe over wrists, maybe slightly back, but some downward pressure into the chair for sure. And here we go, 20 seconds. Little twist with the feet to one side, back to the center, twist the feet to the other side. Feel those obliques lift. Doing more of this stuff because I know Adam's doing the yoga piece. But those of you that know me, my favorite kind of exercise is obviously laying down on the floor with no shoes and breathing. I think that work's really important. If you want to do more of that self-care work, check out my website. Also, if you want to do more of this, but you're like, it's not hard enough, check out Muscle Works. I'm teaching that on Friday mornings through Strong Balance Solutions. Second one, 20 seconds. Go, we got our side shuffle. Right, in a younger world, it's a shuffle. You can shuffle if you want, or you can step. Make sure that the butt moves back. If you feel it in your knee, instead of just going with the pain, explore the pain. What is going on? Can my knee be over the foot more? Slow down. There you go. Good. And our last one is a squat hover for 20 seconds. Get ready. Go. Find your chair. Try to see how close to the chair you can hover and squat. Hover. This is really good for dirty porta potties. If your feet. Well, I guess if your mouth too. Good. And break. Whew. Okay. That's it. Two more times. Planks, feet side twisted. Here we go. 20 seconds. If it's too much, just hold the plank. Good job. Nicely done. Side shuffle, 20 seconds. Go. Catching the self so that when it happens in life, we can just subconsciously know how to go here. Don't have pain in the knees. Don't go so far. Really feel that ability to shuffle, stop. Shuffle, stop. Nice work. Squat. Hovers. 20 seconds. Go. Keeping the belly stuffed up and in, tailbone back like it's reaching for that chair, but still a little pelvic tilt so that we're not arching the low back. Whew. Good work. Okay, we've got one more set, then drink, then cool down. Okay. 20 seconds. Side planks. We're working towards side planks here. So it's just a little twist, center, twist, center. Think about lifting up the hand, but maybe don't because my chair feels unbalanced. It's easier with one hand right in the center of the chair. Good job. Going right into our side shuffle. Stop. Side shuffle. Stop. 40 seconds. Go. Good job. Last one. Squat hovers. We'll call them porta potties. Go. Never thought about that before, but right now I'm looking at myself doing it over this time. Oh, that's the porta potty move. Good job. Grab a drink. The intervals are over. Okay. We're just going to cool down with the same warm up. 1, 2, 3. Switch. 1, 2, 3. Switch. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. This time, let's hold it. 3. Find that stretch. Find where that knee feels okay. Right over the foot. Probably both tailbones move back together, not just twisting one. Good. Other side. Center. Suck the belly up and in. Twist. Other side. Again. Find the center. Inhale. Suck the belly up and in. Exhale. Hinge at the hip. Let the hands stay on the knees or ankles for back support, keeping length from the tip to the tail. Or if you want to let it go into that little bit more rounded position, if it feels good in your back to go through that articulation of the spine, you can let the hands dangle and let the head dangle. Roll up till the hands come to the knees. Find flat back, meaning as long as you can from the tip to the tail. Hinge. Inhale, arms come up above the head. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Again, same thing. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Nice work. Our balance work here. Hinging, hamstring stretch. Again, you can use your chair. Other side. And last but not least, some hula hips. Thinking you've got a pendulum swinging from your groin from foot to foot. Trying to find a smooth circle through the hips. Okay, thank you so much for either joining me now, viewing this later. You can view it here. You can view it on my Facebook page, Strong Balance Solutions. You can view it on my website. I send out weekly letters. If you need help with anything, I'm here, strongbalancesolutions@gmail.com.
So connect. Let me know what you need. I'm here to serve the community. Thank you. Bye.